Would you believe me if I told you we all have a deep-seated desire to feel needed? It's true. Even if you are telling yourself right now that you are the one person who doesn't give a crap and doesn't need to be needed. And I'm going to tell you this too, it really hits hard when you are retired. Not in the first week, that's still vacation. Not in the first month, you're too busy cleaning out the garage and finally sleeping past 7. No, it's the day in retirement, a couple months in, where you realize nobody needs you anymore. The calls stop, the decisions move to someone else's desk. The emergency that only you could handle, somebody else is handling it, amazing. And you're sitting there on a Tuesday morning, coffee's gone cold. You've already read the whole paper, and this strange, hollow sensation right in the center of your chest hits you. And the question that creeps in isn't, what should I do today? But guess what? It's not that easy of a question. The question is harder and deeper. The real question is, what am I even needed for now? If that sentence just landed somewhere in your gut, stay with me, because this isn't a problem to fix. It's a question worth answering. And the answer isn't what you've been told. And at the end of this video, I have a very helpful tool that you're going to want to grab, and it's absolutely free. So stick around to the end. Promise, it'll be worth it. Let me tell you about a man I know who retired after 42 years in the same industry. First month, best month of his life. Second month, still cruising. Third month, his wife found him in the garage at 2 in the afternoon, just standing there, just staring at the wall, not looking for anything, not organizing, just standing. So she asked him, "Are you okay?" And he said, "I don't know what I'm here for anymore." Now, here's the thing about that man. He's not broken. He's not depressed. He's not even unusual, unfortunately. And this is true for men and women. He's just the first person in his family to live long enough to ask a question nobody prepared him for. Because here's what 40 years of career does to you. It doesn't just give you a paycheck and a 401k. It gives you something way more valuable and way harder to replace. It gives you a position, a place where the question, what am I here for, already has an answer. You're the person who handles the Johnson account. You're the one who knows the legacy computer system no one else understands. You're the only person in the building who can talk that one client off the ledge. Someone is always waiting for your answer, your approval, your signature every single day for 4 or 5 decades. Being needed is intoxicating. I get it. I don't mean that as a criticism. I mean it literally. Your brain builds its entire identity around it. Who you are, why you matter, where you belong, why you are important and valued. All of it anchored to that daily confirmation that somebody, somewhere, can't function without you. And then one morning you wake up and nobody needs anything. That's not freedom, although it feels like it. And it's not freedom at first. It's grief. Quiet, confusing, nobody sent a card, grief. And here's where it gets complicated, because everyone around you, your spouse, your kids, your friends who are still grinding, they look at your life and they see paradise. You can do whatever you want. You earn this. I can't wait until I'm you. Which is true. It is true. But it's also not the whole truth. And you know it. The whole truth is that being needed wasn't just what you did. It was how you know you mattered. When the phone goes quiet, when the inbox belongs to somebody else, when those decisions, all those decisions you made for years, move on without you. You don't just lose a job, you lose the mirror, the thing that reflected back to you every day. You count. You're important. This place would fall apart without you. It was all said. Which, when you think about it, is kind of hilarious, because you spent 40 years complaining about how much everybody needed you. Can't they figure anything out on their own without me? Do I have to sign every single piece of paper in this building? And now that they've finally actually figured it out without you, you're not relieved, you're lost. The universe has a very weird sense of humor, doesn't it? And it's a very dry sense of humor. So let's ask the question underneath the question, the one nobody bothers to ask. When you say, "I miss being needed, what do you actually miss? Do you miss the 9 p.m. Sunday night emergency calls? I don't think so. The Monday morning dread? Probably not. The person who only ever called when something was on fire? Do you miss the meetings that should have been emails? Or do you miss something else entirely? Something deeper, something internal? Because here's what I've learned from retirees who've walked through this and come out the other side. The thing we call needed is actually a shortcut. We slap that label on a much deeper human requirement. The need to matter, to contribute, to know, to actually know that your existence made something better than it would have been without you. And this is where the distinction changes everything. Needed has a shelf life. It expires the day you clean out your desk. Your replacement figures out the Johnson account. Not that hard. The legacy system gets upgraded. Not needed anymore. The client finds someone else to call when things are burning. But mattering, that doesn't have an expiration date. It just needs a different vehicle now. Let me give you an image that's helped me understand this. For 40 or 50 years, your career handed you a map, and it was a really, really good map. Detailed, laminated, somebody clearly put serious work into it. The map said, here's where you are, here's where you're going, here's who needs you along the way. Follow this route, hit these milestones, and you'll always know exactly who you are and why you matter. And you followed that map. You were excellent at following that map. And then one day you retire, and somebody takes that map, just takes it, and hands it to the next person in line. And you're standing at the edge of something beautiful, a beautiful view, wide open sky, holding absolutely nothing, no map, no route, nobody waiting at the next checkpoint for your signature. Now, most people panic at this point. They scramble, they start looking for another map, another job, another role, another set of responsibilities that will tell them who they are. Just give me something that needs me again. I don't care what it is, anything, give me something. And that's how in retirement you end up on 3 boards and 2 committees and a volunteer gig you secretly can't stand. Because any map feels safer than no map. But here's what you didn't notice while you were busy following the map all those years. You were also carrying a compass. You were carrying a compass in your pocket the whole time. You just never needed to use it because the map was so thorough and complete. The compass is your internal sense of what actually matters to you. What makes you feel useful. Not because somebody assigned it, not because there's a deadline, not because your name was on the org chart, but because you chose it. That's feeling useful. The map tells you where you're supposed to go. The compass tells you what direction is yours. And retirement isn't about finding a replacement map. It's about finally learning to trust your compass that's been in your pocket this whole time. So let's get practical. You didn't click on this video for some philosophy lecture. You clicked because you're sitting in that strange hollow feeling and you want to know what to actually do with it. Here's the distinction. Sit with this for a second. Really sit with it. Needed means somebody else's problem depends on you. Useful means you showed up because you wanted to. Needed is a job description. Useful is a way of being. Needed ends the day the phone stops ringing. Useful ends when you decide it ends. Needed is someone else's clock. Useful is your own. And here's the part nobody tells you. The people who are genuinely irreplaceable in this world, the kind who leave an actual mark, they're not the ones desperately trying to convince everyone they're needed. They're the ones who just show up. They bring what they have. They help because they can. They don't need an org chart to tell them where they fit. Those people, they're never out of work. Not because somebody needs them, but because they feel useful. And the world has an endless appetite for people who are useful. So, when that hollow feeling shows up, and it will, it shows up for everybody, don't mistake it for a crisis. It's not telling you you're lost. It's just telling you the map is gone. And I get it. That's deeply and powerfully uncomfortable. You spent 40 plus years being excellent at following someone else's map. Of course it feels strange without it. Of course the silence is loud, but you're not empty. You're just between maps. And remember, you always have your compass. The thing that actually knows what direction is yours. It's still right there. It's been there the whole time. The old question was, who needs me now? That was the map talking. The new question, the one worth thinking about for the rest of your life is, what do I actually want to do to be useful? And how can I be useful? That question right there, that's the compass. And that's not the end of something. That's the beginning of something beautiful and free, and the beginning of something amazing. So if you want that guide I talked about earlier, the retirement readiness assessment tool, enter the word scorecard in the comments below, and I'll send it right out to you. Thanks for listening. We'll see you on the trail. Talk soon.